Hello viewers, welcome to another teaching and learning episode. My name remains Vincent Hope, and in this lesson we're going to be treating AUTOCAD, which simply stands for Automated Computer Aided Design. And we're going to be treating some basics on how to use AUTOCAD. Now, what are the things we're going to be learning in AUTOCAD? Basically, we're going to be learning three things. We're going to be learning AUTOCAD architectural applications, how you use AUTOCAD in architectural applications. We're also going to be learning how to use AUTOCAD in engineering electrical drawings. Then we're going to dive deep into some of the AUTOCAD everyday tools you're going to be using, because the whole essence of any program is to understand how to use the tools. Now, let's quickly jump right into it. Like I said, AUTOCAD simply means AUTOCAD is a software specifically designed for architectural, mechanical engineering drawings. It has enhanced features like scaling, dimensioning, and shading options that makes drawing much easier. Okay, so let's start AUTOCAD. We're going to be using 2019 version. You can use any version to do the same applications we're going to try out. So let's start AUTOCAD. Now this is AUTOCAD 2019. It's loading. So let's study the environment before we start any drawing. Okay, now it has started. Let me bring it into the recording screen. Okay, so we are now into the recording screen. So we just click start drawing. Okay, so this is the AUTOCAD environment. Now let's have a quick tour of the AUTOCAD environment. The first one we need to understand first, every package has the first bar here, which is called the title bar. You see AUTOCAD LT 2019 is 2022. You will see it here. Drawing 1. Whatever you see here is the name of the drawing you are drawing. So if we save any information here, if we call it electrical, here drawing 1 will change to electrical. The second thing you see here, you see what is called the menu bar. You see file, edit, menu. If I click on any of them, it brings out its some sub menus. These are menus that you require for and are available in most Windows applications. In fact, every application has a menu and a sub menu. Then we come to, in AUTOCAD, let me go quickly to the Microsoft Word text document so that we can go there and see what we're looking for. So we've talked about the title bar, we talked about the menu bar. We have what is called the standard toolbar. This contains standard Windows tools available in every Windows packages. So let me switch there. So we have the Windows tools here. What are the Windows tools here? For example, you have open, you have save, you have save as, you have new. These are part of the standard Windows tools. Let me do a kind of confirmation. Okay, you can see it's activated. If I deactivate it, how did I get this? I came to one of the menus here, right clicked it, and the options for all the tools came out. Look at the standard Windows tool is checked here, means that if I remove it, it's deactivated. If I right click it again and I click standard Windows, okay, so it's far missing here. So let me pull it inside the menu. I pull it inside the menu here. Okay, so this is the standard toolbar. Bring it here. Okay, let me pick it up. I pick it up here. Sorry, pick it up here. Let's not pick it up now. I'll pick it up. Okay, I put it somewhere here. So this is the standard toolbar. You have the open, save, print, and the rest of it here. All are here. Then let's go to the text. Now we have what we call the layers toolbar. This enables you to set specific properties for drawing, e.g. the type of line you use and the color. So let's go back to AUTOCAD. Now where is the layers toolbar? This is actually the layers toolbar here. This one here. This is the layers toolbar. So if I right click on it, or right click on any of the menu here, right click here. So Let's check whether the layers is available. So the layers is here. If I uncheck it, it's no longer visible. If I right click it and check it layers, you can see that the layers toolbar is here. So I go back to my text. Then we have the draw toolbar. This contains basic AutoCAD drawing tools such as line, rectangle, circle. This is in fact your most important toolbar. If we come to this point here, this one here is the line. Let me pull it in a bit so I can see it in a more visible form. This tools here is called your AutoCAD drawing toolbox. Now let me right click it. Now if I come here, you see the draw is activate is checked. If I click on it, yes, it's also deactivated. Now let me right click on any of the menu bar and I click back draw. So this is your most important tool, the draw toolbar. Then if we come back to the text document, we also have the modify toolbar. This is also another very important toolbar. Both of them work hand in hand. So the modify toolbar, it contains tools that enable you make changes to your drawing. Now let's switch back to the AutoCAD main visual screen. So this is AutoCAD. Now I pull the menu here. Now if you look at this point here, you see the menu to the modify tools here. They are also here. If I right click on it and I select the modify, you see modify, I click modify. It's no longer available. I right click here on any of the menus. I bring it back. Where's the modify? I click it. So this is the modify tool, the modify tool. So both of them work hand in hand. So let me put them in a position. So here you have the draw tools, and the other side we have the modify tool. You can place them anywhere you want. You can decide to pick this one. Put it somewhere here. Place them anywhere you want to, so it can be more visible for you. So I brought the modify tool alongside the standard tool. So from this point here, all those ones are the modify tool. So anywhere you want to position them, that's okay. Then you come back. What's the text? We have the design area. Design area is actually where you do your design. So let's come back to AutoCAD. So this area is our design area where we're going to do all our drawings. Then let's come back to our text documents. Then we have the scroll bars. It enables you. So we have the mouse pointer. You know what the mouse pointer, even in Microsoft Word, this is the mouse pointer. If you go back to Microsoft Word, this one that is moving now is actually the mouse pointer too. So we go back to the text documents. Then the mouse, then we have the scroll bars. You know what we mean by the scroll bars. This enables you to move the document up and down. These are the scroll bars in Microsoft Word. Now that of the AutoCAD is not very visible now. And when we make a drawing, okay, I pulled it up now. Let's see whether we can see it up. Microsoft, let's see. Okay, it's not visible yet. When you make a drawing, it will show up itself. Now let's go to we also have the active toolbar. This shows you the position of the mouse pointer and allows you to switch between different modes in AutoCAD. Now let's see whether we can get the active toolbar. I think this one here, if you select any option here, click this, you can see the active toolbar is activated. Yes, let me right click it. Let me see. Let me close this, whether it's the active toolbar. Okay, it's here. It's called the command line window. So another name we can use for the active toolbar, let's look at it as the command line window. So it said, do you want to close? I said no. Now let me right click the menu bar. Let's see. So where's the command line window? Command line is not part of the menus here. So let's leave this as the active toolbar. We use the previous versions when we were preparing this manual, so we're going to work with this as the command line tool. Now let's jump right into it. Let's scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Now let's see, every time we want to make a drawing, let's see exactly what we want to draw. Today we're going to be drawing a flange, and like I said, in every AutoCAD or any package you are doing, the most important thing is to know how to use the tools to achieve what you want. So In this lesson, we're going to be learning how to use circle, line, offset, mirror, trim, and snap tools. Trim and snap tools. So we're going to be learning how to use those tools, and this is exactly what we're going to be learning how to use. This we're going to be learning how to do. This is your flange here. So let's jump right into AutoCAD and see how we can achieve this. So let me bring out the AutoCAD into the recording menu. So we're here right now. So the first thing we're going to do to draw a flange, I'll pick the circle tool. So if I pick the circle tool, I pick it here. I come to any position. Let me look for a good position here. I put it at this point here. I click. When I click on it, now you can see I can draw it to any size. Then to draw to any size, but in this size I don't want to draw to any size, I will decide to select 500. The menu is already set in millimeters, so I type 500 and I press enter. Now we get a circle of 500 millimeters. Now let's go to dimension first, or draw to. Okay, I'm looking for an option. Okay, yes, under the format tool you discover we have the option called units. If I select units now, it defines the kinds of unit. We have we have millimeters here, so you can decide to select, make it unitless. You can make inches, you can make feet, you can make miles, but usually most drawings we start with millimeters, so I leave it at millimeters. So this setting here is a millimeter, so I click OK. Remember again, it's format, units. It's already in millimeter. You select your option, so I click OK. So this is 500 millimeters. Now I select this circle option again. I go to another point. Let's say I select this point here. I click, I draw. Now in between you see where it asks you for circle, so you type in 300. I want the second circle to be 300, so I press enter. So now we have drawn 2 circles. So we have learned how to use the circle tool. The next tool we're going to learn how to use, we're also going to learn how to use the offset tool. Now if I come to the modify toolbar, remember these options here, starting from this point here is the modify toolbar. You see this option here, offset. So I click offset option. It says specify distance of offset. I can set 100 millimeters and I press enter. If I press enter, the next thing it tells me to do is say select offset, object to offset. So I select this. If I select this offset here, then you see I can do the offset inside or I can do the offset outside. So I prefer to do it inside. So I click inside. I select this other object here. I also prefer to do it inside instead of outside, and I click this object here. So now, and I press enter. Now we have 2 beautiful circles which has been offsetted. So we've learned how to use circles. We also learned how to use offsets. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to draw the line tool. So I come to this point under the draw tool. I see the line tool here. I click the line tool. I click, before I click the line tool, there's a very important menu which I did not talk about, but let me quickly open it before I click the line tool. I click on the menu here. Now you see this option here. It's called object snap. This is an object snap tool. If I click the object snap, it helps you to make your drawing easy. Now look at the object snap tool came up here. Let me right click again and uncheck it. You can see it's no longer available. Let me right click here and check the object snap. I click object snap. It has come here. Let's see whether we can pick it here. Okay, I can pick it here and bring it inside this place. Beautiful. So look at the object snap. It helps you to snap on objects, making your drawings very easy. Now let me see the options here. This one gives me an option. I click here. Now look at all the options. You said draft settings, snap on grid, polar tracking, object snap, and the rest of it. Now under the object snap, you can snap to endpoints, either to the edges of a shape. It's activated. You can snap to the midpoint, you can snap to center, so you can deactivate the ones you don't want. But in this case, we're going to activate all of them. All of them are going to be activated. So I click OK. So I can come back to my line tool. Now I click line. If I bring the mouse pointer to this point, you see now it has been snapped to the edge here. If I click this point here and I move it to this point here and I click it here, so, and I now press enter. So I've done a very beautiful line across the two cycles now. So we've learned also how to use the line tool. So going back again, we learned how to use the circle tool. We've learned how to use the offset. Now we just learned how to use the line tool. The next tool we're going to learn is how to use the mirror tool. The mirror tool will come to the mirror option here. Click this option here. You see, as I put the mouse pointer on it, it's my mirror. I click the mirror tool. Then it asks me select objects. You see the option by the mouse pointer here. And I come and select this line. When I select this line and I press enter, the next thing it now says, it says specify first point of mirror line. Now, because the snap objects are already activated, I'll just come to the center of this cycle and I click center, click on the center here. Then I come to the next point of this cycle here and I click at the center. Then I press enter. Now you have a very beautiful shape. Now you can see the lines have been snapped exactly. Now, so what have we learned? We learned how to use the circle tool. We've learned how to use the offset. We've learned how to use this, the line tool. We've also learned how to use the mirror tool. Now, the final thing we're going to do now in this lesson, we're going to learn how to use the trim tool. Now, if you come to this menu here, which is the modify tool, you see something like a scissors. Now, it's called the trim tool. So if I click on the trim tool, I click the trim tool here. So it now says select objects. Now select this top line and I select the bottom line. I select it and I press enter. Then it's going to ask me select objects to trim. What is the object I want to trim? I want to trim this. You know, immediately I put it here, you see that it has been somehow technically trimmed. So I'll just click on it. Beautiful. And I press enter. So here you have it. You have your pulley. Let's go back to the text and see how it looks like. You can see we have the pulley here, how it looks like. Now if we switch back to AutoCAD, we also have this pulley here. So I hope you have learned something in this lesson. So recapping this lesson, we've learned how to use the circle tool. We've learned how to use the offset tool. We've learned how to use the line tool. We've learned how to use the mirror tool. We've also learned how to use the trim tool. So if you have any questions, please drop your comments on this video. If there are areas you do not understand, please